Good morning and hello everyone. Welcome back to Samantha's Perspective panel. Today we're discussing a pressing issue. Is it 64 pesos a day enough for a nutritious meal in the Philippines? Well, explore whether this amount is sufficient for a decent and nutritious diet and what people ideally need to spend to meet their nutritional needs. Joining us to share their insight are two experts. Let's introduce them.
Hello everyone, my name is Mia Calabio.
Thank you for being here. Let's dive right into our topic. Do you agree with the statement that 64 pesos a day is not enough for a nutritious meal?
Yes, I do agree. 64 pesos a day for food is insufficient for a decent and nutritious diet. With that amount, you might be able to fill your hunger, but it won't meet the recommended intake of energy and nutrients necessary for a balanced diet.
I agree with Leah. Bella Basalong, the Nutrition Program Coordinator for the NNC Cordillera Administrative Region, recently discussed in media conference. She pointed out that if people maintain such a diet for a long period, it could lead to health issues. Basalong's comments were in response to NMDA Secretary Arsenio Balisacan's report, which states that as of 2023, the monthly food threshold for a family of 5 is 9,581 pesos in total, or about 64 per person a day. According to this report, anyone spending slightly more than amount is no longer considered as food poor. Thank you.
Exactly. Basalong has criticized NEDA's current threshold as outdated. Given the high inflation rates, 64 pesos might only cover the cost of one meal nowadays.
That's an important point. Cathy Stavillo, Secretary General of Amihan, has noted that a family of 5 actually needs between 572 pesos and 580 pesos per day to afford 3 meals, with rice alone costing around 60 per kilo, 64 per day. Is a clearly evident.
And Beatrice Maris Jacinto, Nutrition Officer second at the National Nutrition Council, concurs. She mentioned that 64 pesos a day only provides an energy-sufficient diet and won't necessarily be nutritious.
That's a crucial distinction. According to the Philippine Statistics Authority, here's a breakdown of what a per capita food threshold might look like. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For
Claire Dennis Mapa, the Philippine National Statistician, emphasizes that the goal is to track national progress in reducing the number of families and individuals below the food threshold. She notes that while earnings are increasing, the salaries are those in the lowest income brackets are rising at a faster rate.
both the PSA and NEDA are planning to review the poverty threshold for next year to better reflect the current economic condition. This review is essential to ensure that the threshold accurately represents the reality faced by many families.
Absolutely. An updated and realistic food threshold is critical for ensuring that everyone can access nutrition meals. Without it, policies and support systems might not effectively address the needs of those struggling with food insecurity.
And this review could lead to more effective interventions and support for families who need it the most. It's a step towards ensuring that economic measures align with the actual cost of living and eating healthily.
Thank you, Lian and Mia, for sharing your valuable insights. It's evident that 64 pesos a day is insufficient for maintaining a nutritious diet, and updating the food dress code is crucial for addressing this issue.
We are very much thankful for your welcoming us, Samantha. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure, Samantha.
And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. We hope this discussion has shed light on the realities of food budgeting and nutritional needs. Join us next time on Samantha's Perspective panel for more engaging topic. Have a great day.